Jungkook's world crumbled the night he caught his fiancé, Minho, in bed with another man. The betrayal cut deep, leaving Jungkook humiliated and heartbroken. Clutching the engagement ring he'd poured his savings into, he fled the shared apartment, tears blurring his vision. In a haze of pain, he found himself at a high-end bar, drowning his sorrows in cheap whiskey. That's where he saw him, Taehyung, the enigmatic billionaire known for his icy demeanor and ruthless business tactics. Taehyung's sharp eyes locked onto Jungkook from across the room, drawn to the younger man's raw vulnerability. Taehyung despised Minho, a rival who'd once sabotaged his company. Seeing Jungkook, Minho's fiancé, broken and alone, sparked an idea, a dangerous, tempting one. "You're Jungkook, aren't you?" Taehyung's deep voice cut through the haze. Jungkook blinked up, startled by the man's commanding presence. "I know what he did, and I can make him regret it." Jungkook's heart raced. "Why would you care?" Taehyung leaned closer, his gaze intense. "Because I hate him. And I want to see him burn." Taehyung's offer was absurd. Marry him, become his partner in a public display to humiliate Minho, and gain the protection of his wealth and power. In return, Jungkook would play the role of the perfect spouse, attending galas, smiling for cameras, and keeping up appearances. It was a business deal, nothing more, or so Taehyung claimed. Jungkook, fueled by anger and desperation, agreed. The contract was signed, and within days, he was thrust into Taehyung's world of opulence and secrets. But living in Taehyung's sprawling mansion wasn't easy. The billionaire was cold, distant, and seemed to carry a storm of his own demons. Yet, Jungkook caught glimpses of something softer, moments when Taehyung's guard slipped, revealing a man haunted by his own past. Jungkook's decision sent shockwaves through his family. His mother, a traditionalist, was horrified that he'd sold himself to a man like Taehyung. His sister, supportive but skeptical, warned him about getting too close to someone so untouchable. Meanwhile, Minho, enraged by the news, began spreading lies, painting Jungkook as a gold digger. Taehyung's family wasn't any easier. His domineering father disapproved of Jungkook, calling him a commoner unfit for their legacy. Taehyung's younger brother, Jimin, was the only one who warmed to Jungkook, sensing the genuine heart beneath his guarded exterior. But Jimin's cryptic warnings about Taehyung's past, "He doesn't let anyone in, Jungkook. Be careful," only deepened the mystery. As Jungkook navigated this new world, he began to see Taehyung differently. Late nights working together revealed Taehyung's dedication, his quiet moments of vulnerability, like when he stared at an old photo of a smiling boy Jungkook didn't recognize. The tension between them grew, electric and unspoken, as desire simmered beneath their arrangement. The facet of their marriage began to blur. At a gala, Taehyung's hand lingered on Jungkook's waist, his touch possessive yet gentle. Jungkook's heart pounded, torn between fear of falling for a man who claimed to feel nothing and the undeniable pull he felt. When Minho crashed the event, taunting Jungkook publicly, Taehyung stepped in, his voice lethal as he humiliated Minho in front of Seoul's elite. But it was the way Taehyung looked at Jungkook afterward, fierce, protective, that made his knees weak. "You're not his anymore," Taehyung murmured, his breath warm against Jungkook's ear. "You're mine." Jungkook wanted to argue, to remind Taehyung this was just a deal. But the words died in his throat as Taehyung's lips brushed his temple, a fleeting moment that set his heart ablaze. The deeper Jungkook fell, the more he uncovered about Taehyung's past. The boy in the photo was Taehyung's first love, lost to tragedy, a loss that hardened him, making him swear off love. Jungkook realized Taehyung's coldness was a shield, but breaking through it was like taming a storm. Their first kiss came after a heated argument, Jungkook demanding to know why Taehyung kept pushing him away. Taehyung's resolve cracked, and he kissed Jungkook with a desperation that spoke of years of suppressed longing. It was messy, raw, and full of everything they couldn't say, but trust wasn't easy. When Minho leaked a doctored video implying Jungkook was unfaithful, Taehyung's old wounds resurfaced, and he lashed out, accusing Jungkook of betrayal. Heartbroken, Jungkook fled, refusing to be a pawn in anyone's game. Taehyung realized his mistake too late. Tracking Jungkook down to a small seaside town, he found him sketching on a pier, eyes red from crying. For the first time, Taehyung bared his soul, confessing his fear of losing someone again, his guilt for dragging Jungkook into his revenge. "I didn't plan to love you," he admitted, voice breaking. "But I do." Jungkook, torn between his own fears and the undeniable truth in Taehyung's eyes, took a leap. "Then show me." "Not with contracts or revenge. With you." Their reconciliation was slow, tender, and passionate, as they rebuilt trust brick by brick. Taehyung opened up about his past, and Jungkook shared his dreams of a life beyond the spotlight. Together, they faced Minho's final attempt to sabotage them, exposing his lies with Jimin's help. A year later, Jungkook and Taehyung stood hand in hand at a quiet ceremony, this time for a real wedding. No contracts, no revenge, just love, hard-won and fiercely cherished. Taehyung's smile was no longer cold, and Jungkook's heart was whole. As they danced under the stars, Jungkook whispered, "You taught me how to love again." Taehyung kissed him softly. "And you taught me how to live."